Greetings. My name is Joanna Mikulich, and I'm the current chair of the Cochise College Foundation Board of Directors. I'm so pleased you are joining us today. I guess it doesn't need to be said that the foundation board and staff would be a lot happier if this event were live and we could personally say thank you. However, we are pleased that we could at least host this virtual scholarship celebration in your honor. All of us have experienced a 2020 year that none of us saw coming. Whether the most horrific matter has occurred in our lives, that is the loss of a loved one to the pandemic, or whether it be the loss of a job, home, income, or interaction with family and friends, nobody has been spared from COVID-19. Educational institutions across our country have been tremendously challenged as they seek to provide offerings and services while simultaneously providing a safe environment. Cochise College has been no different. The great news is that Cochise College has stepped up to do anything and everything in its power to address these concerns. Since March, the college's administration, faculty, and staff have worked tirelessly to transition all of its facilities and educational offerings to the safest means possible for its students, while ensuring academic integrity and protecting the health and safety of its employees. To this end, the college's governing board and administration are to be commended, not only for continuing to offer all county high school graduating seniors its senior scholarships, but also for introducing its new non-traditional student scholarships to students 20 and over returning for their education. When the foundation staff and board heard about this initiative, it jumped on board with total support. I'm so pleased that the foundation not only met, but exceeded the goals it set in support of those wanting to return to education during these challenging times. Thank you for joining us for our first ever virtual donor recognition event. I think you'll be happy to hear what your community college is doing to move forward and what our scholarship recipients have experienced during this year. And again, thank you so very much for supporting Cochise College students and the Cochise College Foundation. Now, I'd like to turn the program over to Dr. J.D. Rottweiler, who has led Cochise College in exciting new directions since becoming college president in 2009.
Thank you, Joanna, and good morning, everyone. I'm J.D. Rottweiler, and I'm proud to serve as the 11th president of Cochise College. I was drawn to Cochise nearly 12 years ago because of its exceptional reputation. Cochise College has consistently implemented exciting educational initiatives that are, as the college mission says, responsive to diverse populations and lead to constructive citizenship, meaningful careers, and lifelong learning. The college is excited to be aligned with an Arizona-wide initiative called Achieve 60 Arizona. This initiative is to increase the percentage of adults who hold post-secondary credentials or degrees. To achieve 60% attainment in Cochise County by the year 2030, we must provide learning opportunities that are relevant to the local community and economy, and services that will help students complete their degree programs. Your support means an enormous amount to that effort, and we're extremely proud to partner with you in serving our students and communities. As it relates to Achieve 60 Arizona, the state recently announced that 46% of its citizens have a college credential or degree, so much work is still needed to be done. Cochise County, on the other hand, is rural and home to a somewhat transient population that includes military personnel and others who are choosing to work outside the county. Our progress towards the Achieve 60 Arizona goal is more difficult to track, though by one estimate, only 35% of our residents hold that college certificate or degree. There's a lot of work for us to do in the next 10 years. In education, there's always progress to be made in making our programs more relevant, in keeping up with local business and industry. But we know together we can make Cochise College accessible and affordable and students can achieve their dreams. So I want to share with you some exciting things that have happened at Cochise College in recent years. The video you are about to see depicts much which has been accomplished during normal times at the college. You'll see footage of students and faculty gathered together. Please rest assured that safety is our highest priority at Cochise College. You would not see the same students gathered together on campus today, but we hope to resume to normal campus activities in the very near future. This video will share exciting new initiatives and expanded programs with educational services to provide services to students across the county in multiple learning modalities, from face-to-face to live streaming to online. You'll also hear from students about how meaningful scholarships and college opportunities are to them. Their lives are changed because of contributions from you. Thank you for your support and your contributions. They make the pursuit of a college credential possible and help us enhance the workforce and the quality of lives for many in Cochise County and the state of Arizona. Once again, thank you for your ongoing support, and please enjoy the video. Since it opened in 1964, Cochise College has evolved to meet the changing needs of students. In recent years, investments in facilities have helped raise the college profile and attracted more stakeholders across the district. In Douglas, new and modernized residence halls, an art and fabrication building, science facility, gymnasium, and aviation training center and runway welcome students from Arizona and beyond. Solar panels now provide 80% of daytime power at the Douglas campus. In Sierra Vista, the Bugen Family Career and Technical Education Center, the Learning Commons, and the Student Union opened as new or remodeled facilities in the last decade. A partnership with the Legacy Foundation of Southeast Arizona resulted in the vibrant and student-friendly downtown center. A new center in Wilcox was also opened during this decade. This year, the college will open the new Automotive Technology Building in Sierra Vista and a greenhouse for agriculture students in Douglas. A bus service now connects students at opposite ends of the county. Over the last 5 years, the college has awarded over 10,000 degrees and certificates. New programs have been established in unmanned aerial vehicles, residential construction technology, virtual reality, cybersecurity, and law enforcement. There's also now a bridge program for working LPNs to return to Cochise College to pursue a registered nursing degree. Numerous students have received the prestigious Jack Kent Cook Scholarship for community college students. Cochise athletes have achieved unparalleled competitive success while continuing to achieve academically. Students and employees across the district are involved in activities to serve their communities. In fall 2020, the college entered its third year of guaranteeing scholarships to graduating Cochise County high school students who enroll at Cochise immediately after high school. The college aims to increase the percentage of students who enroll immediately in academic or training programs, as well as trying to improve the percentage of local residents who hold an associate's degree or higher. Thanks to generous community support, the college also offers scholarships for adult residents seeking to come back to school. Cochise College wouldn't be what it is without the support of the community. Thank you for joining us in promoting student success and making a difference in the lives of students as they pursue constructive citizenship, meaningful careers, and lifelong learning.
Hi, I'm Kathy Laganowski. I'm the Chief Financial Officer for Pioneer Title Agency, and I really appreciate seeing the opportunities at Cochise College and all the work that our passionate educators have carried out to make those opportunities a reality for the students there. Education has played a very important role in my life and in the life of my family, specifically in education from Cochise College. All three of my daughters took dual credit Cochise College courses while they were attending Buena High School. With these credits, they were able to save on costs and they were able to graduate from college much sooner. Anytime I have the chance to support others in their educational pursuits, I take it. I was the business department instructor and the business department chair at Cochise College for several years prior to accepting my current position. Now I have several Cochise College alumni working in my office and in our offices throughout the state. I've just hired another new graduate from Cochise College. I'm very proud of that. I also support scholarships to help ease the minds of the students who really need that help so that they can focus on their studies rather than on how they're going to pay for their education. I remember how scholarships helped me while I was doing my undergraduate studies, as well as my daughters who benefited from scholarships for their college funding. I'd like to introduce to you three very special people. They're students who received your scholarships. They will tell you that financial assistance is a tremendous help to those trying to reach their full potential. They'll also talk about their ambitions and other meaningful benefits that scholarships provide. So let's hear from Martha, Diego, and Claudia, who are all enrolled currently at Cochise College this fall.
My name is Martha Gore. I'm in my mid-40s. I am a mother of 6 children. I've lived in Sierra Vista since, 1997. And I always knew I wanted to go back to school one day, and this felt like a really good time. My youngest kids are getting older and more independent and spending less time needing me, and 3 of my older children are attending college now, and so I thought we could help motivate each other as we all do this together.
My name is Diego Martinez. I'm majoring in exercise science, and thank you for the senior scholarship, which I've received for 2 years.
Hi, I'm Claudia Sison. I'm a 50-year-old mom who is going to college for the first time. So instead of going to college back when I finished high school, I ended up meeting and falling in love, married my sweet husband, and raised 6 children. And in the process of raising them, I also homeschooled for 18 of the school years. And I always knew that once my children left home that maybe I would like to go back to college. But I was never really sure what I wanted to do. I mean, the truth is, even when I graduated high school, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I knew I loved to study. I knew that there were a ton of things I was interested in. So one of the fun things for me of coming back to the idea of college after 3 decades out of school and, a whole lot of life experience was that I think I had a better idea of what I like and what I can be good at, what kind of ignites my passion.
So I want to go into education. Specifically, I want to become a math teacher. I had good math teachers and bad math teachers growing up, as my kids did, and I've seen the power of a couple good ones that really help you to understand that math isn't as hard as everyone thinks it is, and that we can all do it. So that's my ultimate goal.
I've always been an athlete, especially a baseball player, since I was like 3 years old. And I wasn't really taught how to take care of myself as a pitcher. So I burnt out my joints here in my right shoulder. And I went to several physical therapists in Mexico and here in the US, and none of them knew how to treat my shoulder. They didn't really find the problem. So I don't know, that kind of motivated me to become a physical therapist and do things right for people who have the same problem for me.
Yeah, so when I decided to go back to school, Cochise College would like you to pick a major, and I knew that I would like to go on to a bachelor's. And so I looked through the programs, and I knew that I had really loved education. I had loved helping my children learn how to learn. And I also knew that I just for some reason am really passionate about reading. I taught all 6 of my children how to read. And it was just something that I really loved. I love words. I love the challenge of how language develops in children. So I looked through and I found early childhood education, and it seemed like this perfect match because it's education And I looked through the classes and I saw children's language development, and I saw a lot of growth and development of children, and I love that process of how the brain is growing and what things are helping you learn.
The non-traditional student scholarship is amazing. I applied for Cochise and I was just looking on the website and I saw non-traditional student and I was like, hey, that might be me. And so I clicked on apply and I read it and it was me. And it felt very empowering to read what they wanted, to see that I checked the box, and to tell my story to somebody, even in just a paragraph, and say, this is who I am. This is why education is important to me. And you should believe in me. And when I got notified that I won the scholarship, it was such a boost. My family has always been supportive of me going back to school, but this was different. It was somebody who I'd never met who said, hey, we like what you have to say. We believe in you. Here's some money. We'll invest in you to help you be successful in your goal. It just meant so much. It was awesome.
Okay, so I'd tell them that I appreciate the help a lot. A lot of us who come from Hispanic backgrounds, our parents struggle a lot on their income because they're mostly low income on their jobs. So there's not a lot of help that we can get financially, especially because a lot of our families have a lot of siblings. So any help that we can get is always a huge help for us.
When you think about going back to school, and you think about finances, is going to be one of the first things you're going to think about, and how are we going to do this? And so when I was first talking to the finance office, and they said, hey, did you know that you might qualify for a non-traditional student scholarship? And I was like, whatever help you can give me sounds great. And, I filled out this application and I got the response back, and I thought, oh, that's great, because now this is just going to take a little bit of pressure off with the finances, which, I still have 3 kids living at home. We are, you always have to think about where the money is going to come from. When you make a choice like this, as a mom, it's sometimes hard to prioritize yourself. So the thought that I might be putting some money toward my education, and then that means that we're going to pare back in some other ways that will affect my family, it can be a little bit hard. And the non-traditional scholarship took some of that pressure off. The other thing that surprisingly it helped with is that it actually really helped with the commitment to stick it through. Because as a mom, if I had felt like this was hard on our budget, and me going back to school was hard on the schedule, I think I could have really pared back, like either how many classes I took, or maybe even the idea that this is really a good idea. But I felt this commitment, like people had given money for me to go to school, and I really felt this commitment to follow through and to do my part to really get my classes.
So I think if I could give anybody advice, what I would say is, when you feel like it's a good time, just do it. Just start. If I hadn't stopped in 2016, I'd be done already. And here I am starting again. It's not been as hard as I thought it would be. I'm able to find pockets of time in my day where I can sit down for a few minutes and do school, and I'm not losing sleep, and my family's not suffering, and I'm achieving a goal that I've had for a really long time, and it feels really good.
I would tell them to not be pressured by having to go straight to university. If they are not economically ready, or they don't want to go and get into student loans early on in their career, there's always the option to go to a community college like Cochise College. I come from a huge family, and one of the things they always have taught us has been, if you're going to do something, do it right. If you have any opportunities, take them. You don't lose anything. So might as well take the risk, and you never know what you can take out of it.
Yeah, if there's another adult, especially I'm thinking about moms who are thinking about reinventing themselves. For me, my last child turned 20. I don't have teens anymore. And it's a whole new era. It's a time to figure out who I am in a new season of life. So if there was someone out there who was at the same position, who was just wondering what is next and whether they can become something next, I would say take the step, put your foot out. Cochise College will help you in so many areas. They will support you. They will find ways to help you make this work financially. The teachers are so available to help with whatever questions you have. There's no question that is dumb, and there's nobody who is going to feel like you're asking something that you should already know. They're just going to walk with you through it. So I would say just do it. Like, don't think about the mile. Just think about the next step, because there will be someone to help you with each next step. And the questions that you have, there's somebody there to answer those also.
Wow, wasn't that exciting? Hello, I'm Douglas Dunn. Bienvenidos. I am a Cochise College Foundation board member. I'm here with my wife, Donna. My wife and I both received scholarships that enabled us to get college degrees that in turn have served us well. The Cochise College Scholarship Program is now a way for us to give back. The remarks of Martha, Diago, and Claudia echo something that my wife and I feel strongly, and that is that education can lift a person up. Scholarships help pay for tuition and the costs of college, but they also inspire confidence, as we've heard from these testimonials. Investing in these students has been a satisfying decision for the two of us. As a foundation board member, I wish to thank donors for what they have done, what we have done collectively to motivate and assist students. I'm continually impressed with the breadth of programs available at Cochise College that train students to meet employment opportunities in our communities. Auto mechanics, firefighters, nurses, and other health professionals, preschool educators. We are lucky to have Cochise College in our county. I now pass this back to Denise Hoyle, who is the Cochise College Foundation Executive Director, who is doing a marvelous job for us at the college. Denise, take it away.
Thank you so much, Doug. I hope what you've seen so far has really been uplifting for you. It has been for us. I want to share a little more about the future of the senior and non-traditional student scholarships. The senior scholarship was intended to inspire Cochise County graduating seniors to enroll at college right away and to persist to completion. It requires students to choose a major, something other than undecided. It's renewable for up to 4 semesters. Last spring, we planned an event to raise funds for the senior scholarship that had to be canceled. And I'd like to thank the sponsors of that event who all understood when it needed to be canceled and told us to keep the funds that they had donated and distribute them to students. So those sponsors were American Southwest Credit Union, Arizona G&T Cooperatives, Arizona Regional Economic Development Foundation, Copper Queen Community Hospital, Fraternal Order of Police Huachuca Chapter, Freeport McMoran, Legacy Foundation of Southeast Arizona, Jacobs, Pioneer Title Agency, Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, TWN Communications, and Virginia and Jim Clevin. The Senior Scholarship awards $500 per year. So for some perspective, full-time tuition at Cochise College this year is $2,184 for a year. So it's about a quarter of tuition for 1 year. Now, the non-traditional student scholarship is for Cochise County adults who have been away from education for a year or more. It can help recipients who are reinventing themselves because their employment status has been impacted by the pandemic. It awards $600 per year for part-time students and $1,200 per year for full-time students. Because we weren't sure what to expect, this scholarship was not set up to be renewable, but we're working on making that possible. So how are we doing that? We're planning a virtual fundraiser. Registration is going on now for the Pathway to 100K Challenge. The Pathway is a virtual wellness activity in which participants walk or run as many miles as they can during the month of March 2021. Our goal is to raise $100,000 for these scholarships. With a $10,000 gift to the non-traditional student scholarship, American Southwest Credit Union is a title sponsor. APS, Lawley Automotive, Arizona G&T Cooperatives, the Fraternal Order of Police Huachuca Chapter, and Freeport McMoran will also sponsor. We're about 20% of the way toward our goal. Participants who sign up by December 16th will be entered in an early bird drawing to win an Apple Watch. For every 10 miles they walk during the month of March, participants will be entered in more drawings. Walking or running can be done on your own time, anywhere you happen to be, anywhere in the world. You can register at runsignup.com, and if you don't want to write that down, look for the links in the newsletters emailed to you from the foundation office. I'd like to thank the representatives of the Paul Dwyer Memorial Trust, who last spring provided a $20,000 match to help us raise the $50,000 that has helped our non-traditional scholarship recipients so far. Again, I really hope you enjoyed this production and come away from this with an understanding of how important your contributions are to the students of Cochise College and the quality of life in Cochise County. On behalf of the students, the college, and our board volunteers, thank you for your support and for viewing this production. Stay well.